Hey, how's it going? Cole Campbell here with Hitting with the Nation, and today we have three amazing Louisville bats. They have the
Canada,
the Ironman, the one-piece Marshburn, and the two-piece, what I'm going to call the Tangerine. All Genesis, all same composite, all 13-inch barrels, but a little bit of difference. The balanced, an end load, and then what they call a powell load. Today, you notice I'm wearing my Canada jersey. I got this from a subscriber to the channel from Canada at the Challenge Cup. We played against each other, and it was a great game. He whacked it, good player. I think he played shortstop. So we did a little jersey swap. So I figured the Louisvilles would be a good time to bust out this jersey. So let's put them on the tester and see how they're doing. And today we're going to answer the question, is the one piece better than the two piece? Is the balance better than the end load? Here we go. 275, 275, 275. Okay, I'm going to start with the Marshburn, the one piece. This is the middle of the road. This is the end loaded. They call it end load, 27 ounce. $103, $104. Now we're going to the 27.5 powell load, the old Tangerine. $103, $106. Last but not least, I'm gonna say I feel like this is the best paint job of the year. This thing, when you see it close, it legit looks like Ironman. And I know that was the point, but a little brushed aluminum look in the Genesis. This is the balanced. That balanced one feels good. 104, 107. Looks like the old balance is taking the cake so far. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple swings here with each going to the back side because we do have a different in the end loads. I'll start with the one piece end loaded. All right, that was a big bomb. What I noticed right off the bat is a smoother swing works better with this one piece. See how it works on the two piece. Okay, the one piece felt a little bit softer in the barrel. Like it was still a stiff Genesis feel, but it's like I almost felt the barrel coming in, like almost it didn't want to come in, but it was coming in. So a little bit more hollowy barrel. That one felt pretty sturdy on this heavier end load. Yeah, so I think the end load kind of drives the ball actually easier to the backside, which usually you don't see. Oh, that feels so nice. Oh my goodness. All right, to the backside, I like the balance and the heavier end load, and then the one piece was last. I really feel like this connection piece works positively with the stiffer barrels. It's a good combination. Now, what you got to find out about these composite bats is there's so many things that factor into the end load, the one piece, the two piece, the barrel stiffness, all of it have to work together to transfer the energy through the ball. So this one piece feels like almost too much of the ball is getting into the bat. But we do have some 52s that we're going to hit here in a minute, and that might give a different result with the softer ball. Well, the handle doesn't work. Yeah, these harder balls feel like it's almost maxing it out. One more. The ball's coming off pretty hot. The one piece felt like these harder balls were getting in it a little bit too much. Yeah, that just feels crisper off the barrel. Actually, a lot more feedback. And the balance. The balance, this one's been the hottest. See how it feels going. Now you do have to make sure you hit sweet spot on a balanced bat. Yeah, so that had it was a good charge, but definitely the slightly end-loaded one felt a little bit better on the distance. I like the responsiveness of this barrel. Miz is gonna hit a few, but with the harder ball, I say the two-piece feels a little bit better. And then for power pulling, honestly, for power to both sides, the heavier end-loaded one felt a little bit better. But for some reason, this Ironman feels best overall on composite and feel and everything.
I did. Woo. Done.
I got 52 300s. I know a lot of Canadians, that's all they use. So a quick little 52 300. Now what I'm hoping to see is that the softer ball works better with the one piece. And let's see if that's true. That felt better than it did. One more. Definitely more responsive with the softer ball than the harder ball. The harder ball felt like it was maxing out that barrel, if that makes sense. Ooh. Transfers the energy a little bit better, gives you a little bit more positive feedback to the hands. The balanced. Ooh. They definitely hit well with the 52 300s. I like the way that the Ironman and the Tangerine felt. The two-piece connection, I think, is engineered really well with the stiffer barrel that Louisville has. The one piece might be a little bit better for someone with a lower swing speed, but someone that doesn't like a whippy bat. And I wouldn't say that the two-piece are whippy, but this one felt better with the softer ball, which means that a slower swing speed is going to let the ball get into the barrel the way it should, whereas I and Miz felt like it was kind of dying because I think we were hitting some of the limit. And that's not to say that we swing super hard. Obviously, there's going to be major players that hit this, that hit it great, but that's what I felt. Out of these two, with the composite and with the technology that they have, it seemed like having a little bit more of an end load than a 1/2 ounce worked well for power and to get the bat through the ball, even with a softer ball. But then overall, the balance and the way that the connection piece works, but the way that you can whip around the balance on this stiffer barrel seemed to be like the perfect scenario. So like these two were perfect on both ends of the spectrum. I really think that you can't go wrong with what bat you pick. They all hit relatively the same. We got some higher ball speeds with the balanced, and then this one felt like I could go hard for home runs a little bit easier with the heavier end load. Overall, I'm gonna give the feel an A on these. These felt pretty good. I need a little bit louder sound, and I need a little bit more feedback to the hands. For sound, I'm gonna give it a B. I don't like the sound of the Louisvilles. They sound like the ceramic pot. It doesn't necessarily affect performance, but it can affect your feedback from your ear to your hands. From pop, I'll give them an A+. They were hitting the ball pretty far, even with some wind blowing in. Jumped off the bat, quick ball speeds, the line drives hit the fence in the air. And then for durability, I see a little bit of webbing, but these started at 275. Let's go put them on the tester and then we can really see how they do for durability, but I'm probably give it about an A on durability.
Got a 250, 260, still 275. The balanced held compression a little better.
Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, golly, peace.